Driverless cabs, the U.S. election, a giant party for the Queen. They're all on the calendar for 2016, and you can read up about them in the new issue of Maclean's. I caught up with Patricia Treble for a glimpse into the not-so-distant future. Patricia, are we going to finally see jetpacks next year?
We're not going to see jetpacks, but we're going to see robot taxis in Japan.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Japan has two problems. They've got an aging population, lots of elderly, and they love technology. So they've combined the two, and they've got robot taxis. They're going to do trials in a rural area, small little things just to keep people in their homes. And so that's one of the things we're going to look for next year.
Interesting. Now, is Google involved with that, or is it just strictly on there?
It's totally on there.
That's what everybody talks
about. Yeah, exactly.
About, right?
No, and I think it's also a forerunner of what's coming, which is more and more trials. Ontario is going to be allowing autonomous cars on the roads for testing, and it's just kind of the sign of things to come. So soon we're not going to need to drive.
And we'll be describing those things, of course, in 140 spaces or less.
Yes.
Twitter is turning 10.
I can't believe it.
Who knew? Hashtag who knew?
Exactly. Who knew? When they started, they were so small. They had something like 47,000 tweets like in a month, and now they have like that in a second. So it is crazy. And it also looks like the 20th anniversary of Dolly the sheep, which is the first cloned animal. And now there's a million, there's tons of them. They're cloning dogs, they're cloning cats, and now, of course, the thing is, what are they going to do with humans?
Another big anniversary, a big celebration coming up, of course, the Queen.
The Queen is going to be 90 next year, which is, she has a whole bunch of records, and she ticks this one off. She'll be the oldest British monarch, and she's had it for a while. She passed Victoria, but she's the first one to hit 90, and they're going to have big celebration in London in June. She turns in April. There's always terrible weather. They hold it in June for the good weather.
That's her official birthday. And
they're going to hold it, the big thing, on her husband, Prince Philip's 95th birthday. So I'm thinking the biggest happy birthday to you song ever sung. I'm thinking.
It's pretty incredible when you consider that with everything that's gone on, those two just keep cruising on. No scandals, no nothing, and they do not seem to slow down.
They are the Energizer bunnies of the royal family. I mean, this year they did a big tour of Germany and Indefatigable. I mean, and they were really working throughout that entire tour.
So what else do we have to look forward to next year?
50th anniversary of Star Trek.
Wow, I just felt old at that point.
I know, exactly.
Well,
so live long and prosper.
Right?
There you go.
And this new show, a new series coming out with.
They've got a new series coming out in 2017.
Yep.
And then there's the Rio Olympics. That's going to be what everyone's looking forward to.
Yeah. That's concerns with it, right?
Big concerns about the pollution, and certainly these were the issues when the World Cup was there 2 years ago. They haven't gone away. And Brazil's in a recession. They've got a huge scandal. So it's going to be a very interesting Olympics. And then there's the sports.
Yeah.
Will they be ready to go?
I mean, conceivably.
You know what? Everyone always says that. Are they ready to go? Are they ready to go? They're always ready to go. It's simply a degree of like how finished is it going to be. I think it's going to be right down to the wire. They've got a lot of work still to do. U.S. election.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that little thingy. What an insane year it's going to be down south of the border.
It's going to be nutty. No, so not only do you have the top ones, you've got the Republicans, you've got Trump, Cruz. Hillary looks like she's going to cruise to it, pun intended. But you also have all the what they call the downstream elections. And the interesting thing for me that I'm kind of focused on, pot. Now that Washington and Colorado have legalized, all the other states have looked and thought, that's a cash cow. I mean, they're just seeing the money pour in taxes. And so at least 6 states, it looks as though there's going to be referendums for legalizing pot. And of course, Canada's almost certainly going to be doing it. We're going to be legalizing it, and we'll be the first major, I think, Western country, larger certainly than the Netherlands, to have legalized marijuana. The question is going to be how we're going to do it. And I think they're certainly looking at Washington and Colorado and all the issues they've had with, the candy and things like that. And I think there's no doubt there's going to be incredibly strict regulation here. Probably even Ontario probably be doing some sort of thing like selling it through the LCBO or something. It's completely, every option is out there.
Now, it's a big year for Prime Minister Trudeau.
Yep.
What can we expect from that? What are you looking at there?
Well, I mean, he's got a lot of 100-day promises. So he's got he's got to meet with all the premiers several times. We now have the missing and murdered Indigenous women, inquiry that is started. We have the economy slowing. I mean, he's in a bit of a pickle, as we've already seen with the budget. And we're definitely going to have a budget, almost certainly probably this spring, I would think. And he's got to just settle into the job, and they all have to settle into the job. I mean, right now they're just trying to figure out, how to get from A to B without getting lost a few times. And the first year is going to be, the make or break, I think, for this government.
All right, busy year ahead. Patricia, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
And the new issue of Maclean's about 2016 hits newsstands tomorrow morning. And if you can't wait, I know you're excited, you can read it tonight on the Texture by Next Issue app.